Hello everybody, my name is Isam and today I'll be showing you different parts of AlUla. I hope this video will help you understand the different parts of AlUla, and I have already prepared two videos, one in Arabic and the second one in French, and I decided to do this one in English because many people don't understand these two languages. Maybe you can have this one in English that more people get involved in the content. And if you like this content, please don't forget to support me, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and all the best. So just to understand what is AlUla. AlUla basically is divided into different parts. So we'll start from the southern part, and you find there basically all the AlUla, or the old village of AlUla, or the ancient AlUla, which where I'm at right now. And then next to it you find Dadan. Dadan basically was the capital of two different civilizations. Two important civilizations. The first one is Lihyan and the second one is Dadan. I'm talking about the 9th century. So then after that, let's go to the center, and we found there, before the center, just on top of Dadan on the right side, we find there a mountain called Al-Fil mountain. Al-Fil translated in English into elephant mountain, right? So it's basically a form of an elephant made naturally without the intervention of the human being, right? So there you will find this shape of mountain built because or due to the erosions, the erosions of the wind and water. And this is basically just a beauty to see and a beauty to to study, a beauty to explain. And then when you go to the center, you found there a wadi called Wadi Ishar. After Wadi Ishar, inside Wadi Ishar, you will find a oasis called AlUla oasis. It's just like pure beauty, all nature, all rocks. Each rock has its own shape, its own pattern. And then you will go to the before the extreme north, you will see Miraya, which is just a little bit on top of it, or on in the northern parts. Miraya basically is a theater. It was built by using more than 9,500 pieces of glasses. And then you will find on the extreme north, you will find Hijra. Hijra is basically one of the most important parts in AlUla. Historically, it has it is a wonder by itself. It is what we call Madayin Saleh. If we just remember the story of the Prophet Saleh, and with his group, and with the she camel that they have. So she camel, just to explain it, feminine camel, right? So in Al Hijra as well, you basically find different tombs and different kind of sculptures, different kind of writings, and they basically date back to old civilizations, and there are meanings to each message, and they are found in the whole AlUla we find more than 50,000 messages sent by the old civilizations. It was not very easy to understand the meaning of each of these messages. For sure, with the help of the experts, we can now read these messages, right? And then don't forget that Al Hijra was for a long time prohibited to be visited, right? It's been just few years back when people started visiting Al Hijra, because as I told you, the story of Prophet Saleh and so on. So people assume here the discovery that was made, it's just only 10% of the whole exploration, of the whole result, of the whole amazing, exceptional work that has been made by the old civilizations. So maybe in the near future, we will find some more studies, some more mesmerizing facts, some more mesmerizing evidences. Who knows? Let's check it out. People here have their own special way or their own unique way of explaining, describing this part, this zone. Basically, they say like every, wall in AlUla has a sound, speaks about itself, narrates its history. So that's why when we see AlUla here, we are talking about like real, authentic, pure history. If you just, look at these places here, you see like these houses are made of rocks and bricks. Then you see like these doors, like one next to another. It basically shows how collaborative, how strongly this place or this village is connected or is it has that kind of concrete relationship. As we say in Arabic, if the second home suffers, it means even the second home suffers. If the first home needs something, then he has his neighbor who's going to help him, and they know like everything about everyone, because in the past, like, all these houses were built like next to each other, and this basically helps to have a strong society, a society where they live together, they live with love, passion, and they have made their own culture. They adapted to different situations. These houses are made in this way, not just because of a coincidence. There was a reason why they are built in this way. There are many factors that played into the shape of these houses. One of them may be the temperature. Like sometimes it's extremely hot, and sometimes it's cold. So they had to adapt to these situations. Some houses basically use their own way, maybe using two windows, one in the bottom and one in the top could help, because it's basically cycling the air. So when you come here, don't say I came to AlUla. Say I came to the past. I came to the history. I came to the authenticity, because it is pure nature, pure history, pure culture. Nowadays we have here more than almost 900 houses. Some of them are used today as like coffee shops. They basically practice other activities in the other houses. They sell their own products. And then you have some other houses which I see like they're just completely abandoned, maybe to maintain their culture and to maintain their history, and they wanted to maintain the place as it is, right? So basically, many of these houses are abandoned, and there are many explanations. One of them, that people say it was haunted by phantoms, jinnis, and etc. Some of they say they are abandoned because the houses were not suitable to be lived in anymore because of the natural circumstances. And the explanations have no end. There are many explanations, but there is one thing, no doubt about it, that AlUla, either it's abandoned or it is resided. AlUla stays or remains as a wonderful place, like pure beauty. You see like these old houses here, And then you go to the left side, you see that, I mean, that's big oasis. Here we have like more than 2 million palms and more than, I think, more than 8 million of these acidic trees. They have a certain name in English, I forgot about it. Okay, and then I mean in general or in total they form maybe something like 15 million tree. And then look at the mountains here, like every mountain, I swear to God, it's not just like telling you from Wikipedia, but it's what I have noticed. Like every place, every mountain has its own shape. I barely saw a mountain without a shape. I mean, every mountain has its own shape, its own form, its own sculpture. Many writings talking about the protection of the villages, writings talking about the warning others to not get closer, reminding them that it's not their property. Well, as you can see in this part, we have like these old houses here, one connected to another. You basically would say here, like I mean, a human being would not know when the first house, I mean, commences and when the second ends, because it's kind of a cell, kind of a combination of strictly, but even in a high-mannered expertise built, because I mean, you never know when the house begins and when the second one ends. And this shows basically something very important about our culture, the Arabic culture. It shows basically the solidarity of the society. The more the houses connected are, the more the society is, let's say, they have more solidarity, right? So I'm basically in one of the forts here that's called Musa bin Nasir fort. In this fort, I mean, the people used this fort as a center in the past. For example, if someone lost his item, I mean, he would be called, or I mean, that item would be declared from this tower, from this center, which shows basically the security here and the peace in this country, right? And then if there is a danger from another society towards this old village, it would be announced here. The people would gather here, would plan it here, and would defend their town, I mean, starting from this old place. And I mean, this fort was, I mean, has been always used to defend the village, to defend its properties, its nature. And well, I moved basically from the old village to this place called Jabal al-Fil, literally translated into Arabic as elephant mountain or elephant rock. You can just call it one of these names. So if I tell you something special here, I don't know, like in AlUla, I mean, I see the formation of the mountains, of the rocks, is what makes AlUla very special. So I'm not talking about the monument, the masterpiece, the beauty in front of me. I'm talking about AlUla in general, because just driving with your own car here, you will see, I would say, according to my experience, I mean, 90% of the mountains, 90% of the rocks have their own shapes and formation, and I mean, naturally made without any participation of a human being. And this is what I find like really, I mean, unique in AlUla. This is what makes AlUla unique. If you really love I mean, geology, history, culture, I think this is, I mean, this is the right spot for you. And this is the one that I'm just like showing you right now. Jabal al-Fil, or I mean, Elephant Rock, is one of the most important, one of the most famous places here, but it's not the only one which has this kind of formation. We've got like many. I've seen one more that had like a shape of a bowling, this, I don't know how to call that word, bowling, like this stuff. This is the one that you hit in a bowling game, right? It's like a bottle of water or something like that. And this is another one, and then you have other rocks which have the shape of as if they were some ladies dancing. And these mountains basically let's say transmit or send certain message. So the this rock in front of you, Alfil Mountain or Elephant Rock, like its height is 52 meters. It was made in a shape of like an elephant. It's amazing, yeah. But I think what mesmerizes the mind more is that it was created naturally. I mean, there was no, human being participation. It was made by the, natural conditions, natural circumstances. It has like a mixture of maybe white color and then some kind of, dark orange or some really black color, and then some yellow color. And statistically, here in AlUla, you can see more than 50,000 messages, written over these rocks here. So just next to it, another rock here. I don't really have the explanation of this rock if it has something special. So this is the most important one. But what I wanted to show you is that every mountain, every rock here has its own shape. Like if you visit AlUla, this is the one thing you will see, absolutely, is the formation of each specific rock. The formation, this is just makes my mind, blow out. This, drives me insane. How are they like made as if it was someone like just painted those kind of monuments, right? And it's just crazy. And it's not just one mountain, one rock. It's basically the vast majority of the rocks that exist here. Each mountain has something to tell you. Each rock has something to narrate. And basically these messages, if I explain these messages, I'm talking about more than 50,000 messages in AlUla. So I think I will need a couple of months to explain all these messages. And I think I should apologize to people here, because I feel like I'm lacking a lot of things. I'm missing a lot of spots here in AlUla. I'm trying to record everything with the effort that I'm just doing and with the devices that I own. But I think I should dedicate more time to explain every part of AlUla. So really every part here is worth studying. And the one just in front of you, if you look at the shape of this rock, it's basically, it took like millions of years. It's not like just 1-2 years, it's millions of years to have such a formation. So nothing, it's just craziness here, pure craziness. Natural craziness. So this is basically Al-Maraya Theater. Al-Maraya in English would be translated into mirror. It is one of the best monuments in AlUla. It is Guinness World Record because it has the most number of reflective glass panels in one monument. It reaches or it exceeds 9,500 panels, and then it was designed by an Italian designer. The first singer here was a Saudi singer who's called Muhammad Abdo, very well known. And you've got this monument here. I would say like the beauty of this monument is basically it is in the middle of pure nature. When you look at this monument, when you look at this theater, you don't feel like it is additional part. You feel like as if it was like part of the nature, integral part of the nature. If you look at the mountains there and look at the theater, you would feel like the theater is just crossing or breaking through the mountain, and and in fact it's not, I mean, there is still space, there is still an empty space between the mountain and the theater. That's why when, and if it, I mean, from the second side it is the same story, the same explanation. You see, you feel like as if the theater crossing the mountains, but in fact it is just, it was made in this way to just be as part of the nature and to preserve the nature as it is, and at the same time to have such a beautiful monument. One of the singers that has performed here was also Andrea Bocelli, the Italian singer, and he has sung also in Oman in Royal Opera House of Muscat.
First of all, we are inside Hibra, which is actually the UNESCO site, the site as well. And you can see it right there in front of me. You can see there are actually a Nabatean civilization with the story, the tombs, have actually carved the tombs in the whole area. In Hibra, there's like more than 100 tombs, which is actually they're separated in the mountains. For instance, these tombs belong to different ancient equal society. There are some like kings, military generals, and some people who actually lived in the past life. And they actually managed to carve it because it's made of a sandstone. Top of the walls by wild people they process to really basically is to carve and to rudimentify the dead rather than inside relation to us.
Thank you, thank you, thank you very, very much. شكرا بالعربي.
شكرا بالعفو.
So this place basically is called Al Hijra. This place was a center of commerce. So basically there were like people who come from different countries, those like who had their own products, and we're talking about the frankincense, spices, and other kinds of products. And they basically arrive here, they stop here, then they go to Damascus. And this was like one of the most essential parts to the Nabateans who built basically the Petra in Jordan. It was the second capital to the Nabateans at the epoch, right? So so the people who built Petra and the people who built this palace here, which is called Unique Palace, are the same people. And this is maybe one of the first sites that has been included in the UNESCO. Adel, this is the first part that has been included in the UNESCO in Saudi Arabia, right? Yeah. So this is the first site, and it was called also Madayan Saleh. We're talking here about the story of Prophet Saleh with his people. He had his own message, and the story goes on. Then it was like, it was a cursed place. People, I mean, it was not possible for the people to enter this place, and even like it was prohibited from the government for some years, and then people, I mean, at the end of the day, discovered this place, and now, I mean, there is a possibility to visit this place, and you've got here like experts and guides with a lot of information and details that can, I mean, explain all these monuments. So the products that I've talked about, for example, the frankincense and spices, some of them came from Oman and some of them came from Yemen, all the way to this point, and then they arrived to Damascus.